If you have any interest whatsoever in female werewolves, chances are you're familiar with Ginger Snaps, one of the greatest werewolf stories of all time. But have you noticed that when asked to name culturally prominent werewolves, there are dozens of easy examples of male werewolves that might spring into mind because stories about women werewolves are a little harder to track down. Things have changed in recent years though. A new generation of filmmakers and novel writers has sought to rectify this imbalance, creating complex and compelling female werewolf characters who are just as fierce and formidable as their male counterparts. From Marsha in Cursed to Ginger in Ginger Snaps, these female werewolves have left an indelible mark on cinema, challenging traditional gender roles and showcasing the strength and power of women in the face of supernatural threats. In this video, we'll take a closer look at some of the iconic female werewolves, exploring their unique stories, personalities, and impact on popular culture. Whether you're a long-time fan of werewolf movies or simply curious about this fascinating subgenre, this video is sure to offer something new and exciting. So join us as we howl at the moon and celebrate the women of the pack. First, of course, we have to put Ginger from Ginger Snaps in number 1. Ginger Fitzgerald, played by Catherine Isabel, is a teenage girl who is bitten by a werewolf and slowly transforms into one herself. The analogy of a young woman going through puberty and becoming both physically and emotionally monstrous certainly found resonance with a lot of people on its release. Its sequels are equally as good, and it currently stands as one of the best horror trilogies out there. Up next, we have Ellie from Cursed. In this movie, Christina Ricci plays Ellie, a woman who is attacked by a werewolf and becomes cursed. Her friend Marsha, played by Shannon Elizabeth, also becomes a werewolf, and the two of them team up to try to find a cure. Young and strong Ellie is a girl with some baggage. She is raising her younger brother after the death of her parents. Times are tough, but become tougher once she becomes a werewolf. Things aren't all bad though. She definitely benefits from a newfound sense of style and sexual boldness. There's always an upside. Vivian from Blood and Chocolate. In this romantic horror film, Agnes Bruckner plays Vivian, a young werewolf who falls in love with a human. She must navigate the politics of her pack and the prejudices of the human world while trying to protect her secret. She is romantic and loyal, but a real animal when it counts. It's a werewolf-centric Twilight. Seraphine from An American Werewolf in Paris. Seraphine, a stunning French girl who has some baggage from her parents, just a girl looking for a normal life, but she's certain she'll never find it. The role is portrayed by Julie Delpy as tragic and sympathetic, and her performance is phenomenal. The film features plenty of action, humor, and romance. Marsha from The Howling. Elizabeth Brooks plays Marsha Quist, a sultry werewolf who seduces men before turning into a vicious beast. She is one of the main antagonists in this classic horror film. She goes after what she wants and makes no apologies for it. She is an animal and proud of it. Christine Hoffman from Werewolf, The Devil's Hound. Every time a goth girl appears in a movie, she turns out to be a vampire. But surprise, surprise, Christine is a werewolf. The Devil's Hound stands out for just one particular reason though. In a horror movie, it's crucial to dare to be unique, and at least the movie allowed you to do that. Alice White from Wilderness. Who doesn't adore a strong woman, right? And Alice is stunning. She is a lady who embraces who she is and achieves her goals. This story has a sensual element that sets it apart from other works, like The Howling, and a deeper complexity that makes Alice stand out. Mary LaTour from Cry of the Werewolf. Mary is a gypsy princess who won't hesitate to shed blood for love. In fact, after learning about her mother's burial, she makes it a point to kill. She is elegant in the manner of the cool 40s and unquestionably would have put Lawrence Talbot in his place. Noras Sergeant from Being Human USA. Nora is spirited, determined, and a little bit stubborn. She is also among the greatest aspects of being human. You have to enjoy this one because there are so few female werewolves on television. Daniela from Werewolf Woman. Despite having certain problems, Daniela is trying to resolve them. She goes out at night and sleeps with men because she imagines herself to be a werewolf. She then rips out their throats with her teeth when they had slept off. Not too pleasant, huh? She does have some challenges, as I mentioned, but she is working on them. If nothing else, she looks good doing it. The Female Werewolves of Santo vs. La Lobas. If you haven't ever watched a Santo film, you're in for some chaos. In essence, all the she-wolves are women with gorgeous body but wolf heads. It's a little strange and intriguing, don't you think? Deninski from Fury of the Wolf Man. You would assume that there would be more female werewolves given all the Hombre Lobo films, but that is not the case. Deninski's seductive and promiscuous wife, transforms into a werewolf in this movie, making it an exception. Clarissa Fernandez from La Loba. This is a werewolf movie equivalent of Bride. Clarissa is a stunning woman who struggles with issues, and it so happens that it is a werewolf issue. She visits her werewolf doctor to help her find a cure. She's not only attractive, but she's also useful. Sarah from Werewolf in a Woman's Prison. If you added a werewolf to the woman in prison subgenre, you would receive this movie. After becoming infected, our werewolf Sarah killed someone with a vodka bottle and ended up in a foreign asylum for criminally insane people. She is entertaining to watch as she tries to flee, not realizing that there is a gigantic beast ready to escape from her. Sturba from The Howling 2. Something about Sybil Danning seemed peculiar. She appeared as if she would physically hurt you while kissing you, and it was kind of interesting. She commands an undoubtedly hardcore presence and dominates Howling 2. You can't help but watch her in the movie, even though it's not that excellent on its own. Tara Wexford from Huntress, Spirit of the Night. Different from other werewolves, Tara is more internal than external. As soon as she steps foot in her ancestral home, she obtains the gift and is overcome by animalistic impulses. A decent movie that was expertly shot. Be ready for something different. Casey Spencer from Full Eclipse. You can send Casey in to complete a task. She makes use of her sexuality to further her goals and the greater good. She is like a Bond girl, but with a werewolf twist. Sonia from Skinwalkers. Werewolf history of being connected to bikers and rebels. It just seems like a free-spirited thing to do, in my opinion. The best example of that is Sonia. She is fiercely independent and all-American, the kind of partner that is all-woman and someone who can support you in a struggle. What's not to love about that? Elena from Bitten. The man Elena loved turned her into a werewolf. She obviously feels strongly about him, and she performs some extremely impressive tricks while the full moon shines. This story is based on a book, and trust me guys, it is a must-watch. I mean, I loved it, and I think that you will too. Well, friends, that is the end of the list from our side, but that does not mean that they are the only female werewolves out there. There is Angelina from Wolves, Laurie from Trick or Treat, Megan from Dog Soldiers, and many more. And if you would like to highlight some of your favorites, do drop in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please do not forget to support us by liking our videos and subscribing to the channel. See you soon.